So. Wird gestartet. Jetzt muss ich hier noch meine Schutzkappe wieder drauf starten. Jetzt wie kann ich da lieben Infokarte, Stream-Optionen, wie kann ich den Stream teilen? Teilen zu YouTube. Das machen wir jetzt ganz einfach so. Steuerung C. Schicken wir uns selber eine E-Mail. X. X.de. Habe ich hier heimlich mein Passwort eingesagt? You have deactivated your account. Ja, das sieht richtig aus. Dann schreiben wir mal an. Weil... Ja, das ist der richtige. Live. Und Steuerung V. Senden. Logout. Wie sieht denn... Bisher es aus? So, ja, über eine E-Mail, X, X.de, habe ich hier heimlich mein Passwort eingesagt? So, versuchen wir doch. You have deactivated your account. Ja, das ich warte jetzt momentan noch. Wir mal an. Ich hasse das, mich selber mit so viel Zeitverzögerung zu hören. So schalten wir das wieder aus. Gut. Dann gucken wir doch mal. Ich warte noch, bis du wieder da bist. Wie viel CPU-Belastung haben wir? 6%. Das ja, das ist nicht... Also da hätten wir glatt noch höhere Leistung machen können. Bist du da? Hallo? Können wir auch hier gucken, ob wir vielleicht aktuelle Zuschauer 51, okay. Ja, dann ich glaube, jetzt bist du da. Kann das sein? Sollen wir starten? Warte, wie sieht das jetzt aus? Das sieht merkwürdig aus, das machen wir wieder klein. Ja. Ich kann nicht sehen, ob du da bist. Du musst mir irgendein Zeichen geben. Ich kann auch nichts hören. Okay, ich glaube, du bist da. Okay. Ich bin... Also, bin ich über 13... By playing Doki Literature Club, you agree that you are at least 13 years of age and you consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content. Okay, ich glaube, da stimme ich mal zu. Juhu! This game is not suitable for... So, da fange ich jetzt mal ganz neu an. Ich weiß noch gar nichts und... ja. Please enter your name. Wie nennen wir uns wohl? Ich glaube, ich mache mein Standard. Und es kann natürlich weder Bindestriche noch Unterstriche. Aber egal. So. Okay. Hey! Dach. Nein, Ausrufezeichen, Ausrufezeichen. I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air, like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of my crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Walty boy-chan. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we are a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say... das bin wieder ich. Whatever you say, Saori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Walty boy-chan, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm really not interested in... ich krieg das so gar nicht hin, warum sehen wir gleich aus? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. Hä? War das nicht zweimal ich? I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of many conversations. Ich kann gar nichts. I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Saori likes to worry a little too much about me, and I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to real world. Just trust me, right?
Don't make me keeping worrying about you.
Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No, promise though.
Will you at least promise me you'll try a little?
Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that.
Yay!
Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worried so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. A school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club.
Hello?
Sorry? Sorry must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom.
I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed.
You don't need to wait up for me, if it's going to make you late to your own club.
Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know...
Know what?
Well, that you could come to my club.
Sayori.
Yay?
There is no way I'm going to your club.
Meanie.
Sayori is the vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club.
Come on, please.
Why do you care so much anyway?
Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything.
Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay?
Yes, let's go!
And thus today marks this day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Ich kann nicht lesen übrigens. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door.
Everyone, the new member is here.
I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room.
to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere.
Oh,
Lottie Boy-chan, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club.
All words escape me in this situation. Ich kann die Stimmen mir nie merken. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Das war die.
What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it.
Sorry.
Natsuki.
The girl with a sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure, her small figure makes me think she's probably first year. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori.
You can't just ignore her when she gets moody.
Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls.
Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that.
Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you.
And it sounds like you already know Monika, is that right? That's right! It's great to see you again, Walter Boy-chan.
Monika smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... you too, Monika.
Come sit down, Walter Boy-chan. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monika. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey! I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well?
The little girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As I already mentioned, it's been widened so that there is no space. There is one space next to Monika and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walked over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand.
Okay, are you ready? Ta-da!
Natsuki lifts the foil of the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears.
So cute! I had no idea.
Monika.
I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know, just hurry and take one.
Sayori grabs one first, then Monika. I follow.
It's delicious.
Sayori talks with a mouthful and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki.
Why are you thanking me? It's not like I...
Haven't I heard this somewhere before?
Made them for you or anything.
I thought you technically did. Sayori said...
Well, maybe. But not for you, you know, dummy.
Alright. I gave up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismissed the conversation. Insane troll logic. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray.
You keep a whole tea set in the
You keep a whole tea set in the classroom?
Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book?
I guess.
Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not...
Insulted Yuri looks away.
I meant, you know...
I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea.
I'm glad.
Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monika raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me.
So what made you consider the literature club?
I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monika that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy, so...
That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. Well, make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone.
Monika, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you leader of the debate club last year?
Well, you know... To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather talk something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling their dream. Monika really is a great leader.
Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club.
You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yay! Well, do your best. You know it.
Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Entschuldigung. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were also delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with the level of enthusiasm about literature.
So, Multiple-chan, what kinds of things do you like to read?
Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
That can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger.
My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds a comfort in the world of books, not people.
But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once.
I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock.
Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For something as gentle as you? I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why that? Well, I just...
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second.
Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called "Don't Say It Out Loud and Give It Back." Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are.
Entschuldigung. Sayori slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hand on her shoulders.
I'm not cute.
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometimes?
No!
Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't...
You wouldn't like them.
Ah, not very confident writer yet.
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your works, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers.
I guess it's the same for Yuri.
Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems.
We all sit in silence for a moment.
Okay. I have an idea, everyone.
Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika.
Let's all go home and write a poem of your own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Walty-boy-chan?
Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on! There's still one problem.
What's that?
Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly came forward with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at and I lose my train of thought. I like trains! All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes.
But... I'm sorry, I thought. Walty-boy-chan.
You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Alright. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one the girls' eyes light up.
Yeah, I'm so happy!
Sayori rubs her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey!
You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club.
Thanks, I guess.
Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share.
Monica looks over at me once more.
Walty-boy-chan, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself.
Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? Ich kann kein Englisch. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up the food.
Hey, Walty-boy-chan, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well.
Yay!
With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Hä? It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem at most. Okay, ich krieg das grad nicht hin. Grief, rain cloud, bubbles, unrestrained twirled, pink bunny, disaster, uncanny disarray. Mach mal das. Grief. Fireflies, hope, wonderful, treasure, anxiety, cry, excitement, fear, strawberry scars. Anxiety, intellectual, dream, essence, hurt, incongruent, clouds, cheer, breath, holiday, play. Ich bin mir nicht sicher, ob ich hurt oder incongruent nehmen soll. Ich nehme mal hurt. Frightening, entropy, ocean mouse, analysis, raindrops, hopeless, hope, hop, loud, shine. Okay, ich entscheide mich für Hopeless. Explode, Horror, Melancholy, Fireworks, Bouncy, Bad, Defeat, Nature, Daydream, Peaceful. Melancholy. Alone, Jump. Hä? Ich verstehe das nicht ganz. Manchmal hüpfen die, aber ich kann das Muster nicht erkennen. Inside, Jump, Inside, Sunny Chocolate,
Inside. Aber es hüpft, wenn ich über Inside gehe, jedes Mal eine andere. Hä? Okay. Nehmen wir Night Gone. Vacation, Sparkle, Spinning, Vertigo, Rose, Cute, Calm, Secretive, Vanilla, Marriage. Wenn es statt Sparkle Sparks stehen würde, würde ich das nehmen. Aber ich nehme Vertigo. Atone, Passion, Friends, Inferno, Lipstick, Tears, Socks, Dance, Anger, Depression. Na, also, Uncontrollable, Prayer, Promise, Sadness, Together, Heaven Sent, Ambient, Peace, Broken, Puppy. Ah, Sadness. Suicide, Incapable, Heart, Tragedy, Love, Lucky, Determination, Lazy, Comfort, Memories. Suicide. Suicide is painless. It brings some changes. Hair, embrace, tenacious, romance, kawaii, aura, empty, agonizing, candy, poof. Poof. Okay. Nehmen wir mal empty. E-Mail. Oder dark. E-Mail. Nehmen wir dark. Electricity. Unstable. Pure. Mega. Kitty. Games. Marshmallow. Massacre. Family rape. Nehmen wir Electricity. Time, Judgment, Childhood, Sensation, Flower, Portrait, Summer, Vivid, Smile, Heartbeat. Nehmen wir Heartbeat. Fickle, Parfait, Warm, Party, Vitality, Amazing, Color, Extreme, Lollipop, Nibble. Nehmen wir Extreme. Sticky, Destiny, Awesome, Kiss, Despise, Giggle, I giggle! Cage, Valentine, Landscapes. Dann nehmen wir Giggle mal. Ribbon, Death, Playground, Question, Misfortune, Clumsy, Special, Silly, Fluffy. What the Fluff? Charm. Nehmen wir Misfortune. Jumpy, Pout, Happiness, Bliss, Pain, Anime, Skirt, Captive, Universe, Papa. Pain. Melody, After Image, Philosophy, Graveyard, Disoriented, Vibrant, Fun, Disown, Waterfall, Extraordinary. I name the Graveyard. Cheeks, Feather, Flying, Covered, Misery, Headphones, Red, Unrequited, Variance, Love. Ich nehme Misery. The world is treating me bad, misery. Oh nein, ich habe die falsche gewählt.
Hi again, Walty Boy-chan. Glad to see you. Didn't run away on us. Oh
no, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out.
Thanks for keeping your promise, Walty Boy-chan. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you drive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
Oh, come on! Like it deserves any slack. Sayori, I told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what.
Entschuldigung.
But,
Oh. Tut mir leid,
But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps a manga collection in the club room.
Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Manga is literature.
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
Don't worry, guys. Walty-boy-chan always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable.
Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. Nein, ich würde sowas doch niemals tun. And you almost set your house on fire once.
Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little bit jealous. How come you and Walty-boy-chan can become good friends too?
Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put.
Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Oh, wait, Sayori.
Me?
Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing.
What is it?
No, never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. Oh, what do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri wasn't thinking.
I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey! Entschuldigung. Don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what.
Is that so?
Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be.
Alright. Well, here.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is...
How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you, I'll definitely read this. I ich kann gar nicht lesen. I enthusiastically take the book.
Phew! Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activity, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages.
Ah.
Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just reading a bit of this, so...
That's the book that you gave to me, right?
Mm-hmm. I want you to read some of it. Not for any particular reason.
Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book?
Ah. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean... I just happened to buy 2 of them.
Oh, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. Well, I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story.
Is that so? What's it about anyway?
Well...
Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol in the front cover.
Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart.
That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so the dark turn came from nowhere.
Ah.
Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Walty Boy-chan?
No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. Ich muss wieder kurz husten.
It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at her life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their own one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything.
Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all.
Ah. That's...
Well,
Well, that's true.
in fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
You don't have to.
What are you saying? So, just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I am not very used to. That is reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Alright.
I open the book and start to prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in my company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not particularly a bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling of somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry. I was just...
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean...
Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumbs and forefinger. Und ich mach mal die Bildschirmlautstärke ein bisschen leiser. Ist das? Nein, das ist nicht das Richtige. Das hier ist die Bildschirm. Hä? Das ist beides Bildschirmlautstärke. So, es ist... Ist das besser? I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, Entschuldigung, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's Entschuldigung, actually a kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready to turn the page?
Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
Ah, that's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me.
Ja. So, und jetzt ist nochmal kurz eine Minute Pause, weil ich kurz nach meinem Internet gucken muss. Das tut gerade nicht so richtig. Und dann kann es sein, dass jederzeit die Verbindung abreißt. Mal gucken, ob das Kabel lang genug ist. Oder was wir auch versuchen könnten. Ich habe hier noch Ich weiß nicht, ob das geht. Geht. Und was habe ich jetzt ausgesteckt? Es ist nicht die Maus. Ist das Mikrofon? Hallo? Nein, das Mikrofon ist noch da. Okay. Läuft die Aufnahme noch? Ja, okay. Dann kann es weitergehen. Thanks. Und hoffen wir mal auch, dass das irgendwie ist das aber nicht so, wie ich mir das vorgestellt habe. Nochmal. Ausstecken. Einstecken. Kein Netzwerkzugriff. Okay. Ich muss doch noch ein bisschen länger nach meinem Internet gucken. Das Problem ist auch, dass dieses Kabel so extrem kurz ist. Ich muss mich womöglich auch umsetzen. Was habe ich runtergeschmissen? Ah, die Maus. So. Ja, okay, ich krieg das mit meinem Internet gerade nicht in den Griff. Das heißt, ich muss das demnächst wahrscheinlich kurz oder länger unterbrechen, je nachdem wie das läuft. Also, ja, okay. 3-4 Minuten schaffe ich es noch, aber ja, okay. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me so I could turn it, it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri! This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
You think so? How does she?
Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into her head or anything, but they are kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms.
I see.
Yuri remains silent for a moment.
But, Walty-boy-chan, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. Oh, that's so embarrassing that you think that.
Wait. I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute.
What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might
Entschuldigung.
We might not have enough time if we wait too long.
Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought.
Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine.
Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more readings tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you?
I guess I...
Entschuldigung.
I guess I don't...
Entschuldigung.
I guess I don't have too much of my preference either way.
In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up with a bit, you know.
That's a good reason.
Okay, und jetzt speichere ich einmal in Empty Slot 1. Ich bin total dumm. Und dann unterbrechen wir mal kurz das Streaming.